Have you ever noticed something strange, something just a little well off in the world around you?
Hmm.
Maybe it's those mysterious, unexplained booming noises
Mm.
that have unsettled communities, or the sudden closures of big retail stores, Walmarts even, that make you wonder, wait, why?
Yeah, things that don't quite add up.
Exactly. So today on the deep dive, we're jumping into a really fascinating stack of sources. They propose this extraordinary kind of interconnected narrative around some of these events, and yeah, specifically focusing on Walmart.
Right.
We're going to explore these claims about vast underground tunnel systems, supposed military operations, and really a much bigger conspiracy theory holding it all together.
It's quite a picture they paint.
It really is. And our source material for this deep dive, it includes things like audio recordings from people presenting their, quote, findings and evidence,
Okay.
plus personal accounts of weird occurrences and discussions of what they say are leaked maps, even official statements.
So a mix of things, anecdotal, supposed leaks.
Exactly. So our mission for you, listening in, is to unpack these really detailed claims with us. We want to try and understand let's say, the logic presented in these sources, see how these apparently separate events get woven together into this one big theory.
Hmm.
We'll present the info just as it is in the sources, okay? So you get the full picture of the narrative they're pushing without us taking a side or, endorsing anything. We're just exploring what the sources allege.
Makes sense. And what's really striking, as you mentioned, is how they start with something quite a few people have reported, these mysterious booms.
Right, the booms.
Yeah, across the U.S., lots of accounts. The narrative we're looking at highlights one ear witness near Charleston, South Carolina. This person claims they hear booms almost daily.
Daily. Wow.
Yeah, and they recalled one specific one, really loud, shook their whole house, rattled the windows.
Okay, so that's one account. Are there more focused examples in these sources, like a specific town?
Oh, definitely. They really zoom in on Clintonville, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
The sources even call it Boomtown, USA. Isn't it? Residents there were apparently shaken awake for 3 nights straight by these noises. People described it pretty vividly, almost like someone took a wrecking ball to the side of their house,
Whoa.
or a power coming through my house. And according to these sources, the official investigations hit a dead end.
How so?
Well, they apparently ruled out earthquakes, underground explosions, gas leaks, electrical stuff, even frostquakes. The cause was officially just unknown. Stumped.
Hmm.
And this apparently sparked a whole reaction on social media, comparing it to that sci-fi movie, Tremors. You know, the one with the underground creatures?
Tremors, right. I remember that. So people were thinking underground monsters.
Well, maybe not monsters literally, but the comparison points to that underground idea,
Yeah.
and that's the leap the sources make.
Okay, so connecting unexplained booms, even if officials are stumped, directly to some massive underground network. How do the sources make that specific connection? What's the reasoning there?
That's the core of it, really. The sources basically say, look, these booms are the evidence. They present them as proof of ongoing underground activity.
Activity related to?
This alleged massive subterranean network. They describe it as this huge underground roadway system running, get this, all the way to Maine, to Washington, D.C., to Colorado.
That's vast.
Huge. And it's supposedly fully stocked, water, food, supplies, described as basically an underground city.
An underground city. Okay, so it's for supplies survival maybe, or is there more to it in these claims?
Oh, yeah, there's more. It's also presented as the new command center for the Illuminati and the United States government.
Whoa, okay, that's a big claim.
Yeah.
Illuminati and the U.S. government.
Well, they sort of refine it slightly later, specifying it as a headquarters for the Illuminati, where supplies are shipped underground for people staying down there long term.
Right.
And they also talk about a strategic railroad system. It allegedly brings in boxcar loads of stuff,
Underground railroads.
apparently, allowing deliveries to places like Area 51, Washington, D.C. And there's this one really specific detail about access underneath the lighthouse.
Underneath the lighthouse, that's oddly specific.
It is. And this is where the narrative pivots directly to Walmart's alleged role in everything.
Okay, so the Walmart connection. This is the heart of the theory, right?
Yeah.
How exactly do they link Walmart stores to these supposed tunnels?
Right. The main claim is direct involvement. They point to the Walmart logo allegedly found on a drill bit or piece of equipment.
A drill bit.
Yeah, saying it exactly matches markings found, implying Walmart is intentionally tunneling beneath a large number of their stores across the U.S.
And they have proof, or alleged proof.
They present what they call a leaked map. Now, initially, people thought it was maybe from the 90s, but the sources we looked at insist it's from 1973,
73.
or possibly even stamped over a 1960s date. So quite old.
Okay, so what does this supposed map show? Is there a legend, like on a regular map?
There is, and according to the sources, it's pretty detailed. Circles are subterranean bases. Lines are underground tunnels.
Right.
Double dots mean underground nuclear facilities, like one they pinpoint in central Texas. Single dots are nuclear weapon facilities. And stars mark uranium storage locations.
Wow, okay, that's specific.
And then there's this detail the source calls kind of kooky. A little symbol with a squiggly line and something that looks like a classic UFO saucer shape.
A UFO symbol on the map.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
Popping up in places like Las Vegas, Denver, Colorado Springs, which, adds another layer entirely, tying into other conspiracy threads.
So the argument these sources make is that these tunnels aren't new. They've been building them for decades.
That's exactly it. They claim these systems have been under construction since the 60s or 70s. That gives them, 45 years or so to connect all these Walmarts across the country. And they try to corroborate this by claiming that the boom map, the map plotting where those mysterious booms were heard, apparently matches this map, the alleged Walmart tunnel map exactly.
So the booms line up with the alleged tunnel routes and bases.
That's the assertion they presented as connecting the dots.
Okay, so if we follow this alleged logic, extensive tunnels connected to Walmarts, potentially nuclear facilities involved, what's the purpose of all this? Especially tying it back to those Walmart stores that closed.
Right, the purpose. The sources describe these facilities as multi-purpose. But the main accusation, the really alarming one, is that these underground spaces are meant to be FEMA camps.
FEMA camps? You mean like detention centers?
That's the implication in these narratives, yes. Places to hold a lot of people. Or, alternatively, to stage United Nations soldiers.
UN soldiers?
Yeah, who could supposedly come up out of the ground around these Walmarts like ants. It's all framed as part of a, New World Order agenda.
That's quite the scenario. And this connects directly to those 154 Walmart closures that happened around, January 2016, that got a lot of news coverage.
Exactly. Those closures are presented as key evidence. The sources provide specific examples of closed stores and point out alleged suspicious characteristics.
Like what? Give me an example.
Okay. One cited is 4110 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles. They allege there's an underground rail system being built there, noting a metro rail station is nearby, and they suspect it's becoming a new prison.
A prison inside a Walmart.
That's the claim. They make similar points about a closed store in Oakland, 8400 Edgewater Drive. It's right next to an airport, has a rail system running between the Walmart and the airport.
Okay, I see the pattern. They're drawing transport links.
Right, and they draw comparisons to Hitler's camps and explicitly label it a FEMA camp. Another one, 151 East 5th Street in Long Beach near industrial zones, railroad tracks leading to a marina, Long Beach Airport nearby. It's described as already looking like a prison camp.
So proximity to infrastructure is key in their analysis. Any others?
There's one in San Jose, 5502 Monterey Highway. This one's slightly different. While it doesn't have super close rail or airport links mentioned, the source focuses on the roof.
The roof?
Yeah. It apparently has 7 structures, these high-rise areas, that they claim aren't just decorative facades. They assert these are fully sized, retrofit guard towers.
Guard towers on a Walmart roof, hidden in plain sight.
That's the suggestion, indicating a hidden security or containment purpose.
And didn't you mention something about a contractor?
Yes. To really hammer it home, the sources cite an alleged report from a contractor. This person supposedly saw prison cells being built inside some of these closed Walmarts.
Prison cells inside the store.
And claimed there were underground tunnels leading out of at least one location in Texas.
Wow. So the stated intention, according to these sources, is pretty grim.
Extremely. They state it plainly. The tunnels are so people can run into the holes, run away, or for soldiers to come out of the holes. Or, even more chillingly, to drag people like me into the holes to shut them up.
People like me, meaning?
Presumably people exposing the alleged conspiracy. Truth tellers, in their view.
Okay. This is already a lot, but then there's another layer involving military logistics, right? Something about a Dr. William Mount.
Yes, exactly. This claim comes from April 19, 2015, apparently on a broadcast, Channel 77 Seattle. Dr. William Mount.
And what did he claim?
He asserted that the U.S. Army actually developed Walmart's logistics system, like the whole inventory and supply chain tech.
The Army developed Walmart's system. Why?
According to him, it was specifically to set up Walmarts, quote, strategically around the world to act as military distribution bases.
Military bases hidden as retail stores.
That's the claim. He even detailed this supposed backdoor access, saying special forces can actually order a helicopter and nuclear weapons on the Walmart logistics system.
Order nuclear weapons through the Walmart checkout system. That
Unbelievable.
seems unlikely.
It's an extraordinary claim, absolutely, but that's what's presented in the source.
Does this connect to anything else, like real-world events?
It gets linked directly to Operation Jade Helm. You might remember that military exercise in 2015 that sparked a lot of its own conspiracy theories.
Vaguely, yeah. Texas, I think. People were worried about martial law.
That's the one. So this narrative claims that during Jade Helm, the plan was for the military to seize a Walmart, literally take it over to order weapons like M16s and ammunition through that hidden system.
Okay.
And those layoffs we mentioned earlier, like the 2,200 people in California, the sources present that as clearing the way for military takeover.
So fire the civilians, bring in the military.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Turning Walmarts into federal military posts that receive government funding.
And does it start with Walmart in this version of events?
Nope. The claim extends. Home Depot and Lowe's are also mentioned.
Hardware stores.
Yes. Also supposedly federal repositories were having pre-prepared military bases underneath them. They even loop in colleges, like Humboldt State and Evergreen State College, claiming similar underground setups.
Colleges, too. Wow, this network is allegedly everywhere.
According to this narrative, yes. And there's this really chilling quote they attribute to Department of Defense manuals.
What does it say?
That these manuals allegedly state the military can seize these stores specifically to order our weapons to kill us.
To kill civilians? That's incredibly dark.
It is. It taps into deep fears about government overreach. And they also weave in, sort of tangentially, a public service announcement from back when Janet Napolitano was DHS secretary.
What was that about?
It was about Walmart partnering with DHS for hometown security, the See Something, Say Something campaign, reporting suspicious activity.
Okay, I remember those PSAs.
Right. And these sources implicitly tie that into this whole surveillance and control narrative as well. Just another piece of the puzzle in their view.
Wow. Okay, so to try and wrap our heads around this whole deep dive, we've gone from mysterious booms across the country
The starting point.
to claims of this absolutely massive underground tunnel network, maybe decades old,
Stocked and ready, allegedly.
then linking that specifically to Walmart stores using supposed leaked maps and even UFO symbols.
Right. The map is key to their argument.
Then suggesting the purpose behind closures is for FEMA camps or staging UN troops for a new world order.
The why behind it all and their narrative.
And finally, layering on these incredible claims about Walmart being a secret military logistics hub developed by the Army, used to order weapons, potentially for use against citizens.
Tied into Jade Helm, extending to other stores, even colleges. It's intricate.
It certainly is. It definitely gives you a very different way to look at your local big box store next time you're picking up groceries.
No kidding.
This whole deep dive into these sources, it really presents this incredibly complex, dramatic narrative. And it's fascinating in a way to see how seemingly unconnected things, booms, store closures, military drills can be woven together.
Yeah, creating a single explanation, however extraordinary.
Right. So maybe the final thought for you, the listener, is this. When you encounter information like this intricate web connecting everyday occurrences to grand conspiracies, what does it prompt you to consider? Maybe about information itself, or trust in sources, or even just the powerful stories we tell ourselves to make sense of a world that sometimes feels chaotic or unexplained? It's definitely something to think about.